Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. This regulation was published in form of Gazette notification on 23rd of July 2018. But prior to that, actually, UGC initiated open access initiative way back in 2004 when Professor Arun Nigvekar, University Grants Commission Chairman, has written to all vice chancellors of Indian universities to adopt open access policy. This open access policy was adopted by Government of India, and this was signed by INSA Chairman Professor M. Valyathan in 2004. At present, total signatories are 567, and we from India were 36th. So India signed this initiative way back in 2004, and since that, it is a long way we have actually reached. Many drafts have come, and ultimately UGC decided to Gazette notify this regulation, which is in front of you. Here, duties of higher education institution was defined as they have to establish mechanism as prescribed in these regulations to enhance awareness about responsible conduct of research and academic activity, to promote academic integrity, and to prevent plagiarism. So this prevention of plagiarism, we are today here to discuss upon and to showcase how these tools works. In this regulation, very important thing is similarity checks for exclusion from plagiarism. I am just mentioning this Gazette notification because we have to keep this thing in our mind, because unless and until we are not aware, we cannot curb plagiarism. It says that all quoted works produced with all necessary permissions and oblique or attribution. Now, necessary permission we have to take either from the publisher or the copyright owner who is the author of that intellectual property, be it an article or a book, research paper, or any piece of intellectual work. This permission taking is a very long and cumbersome process. It takes time, and sometimes one cannot get or may not get the permission from the author or the publisher for many reasons. Hence, attribution is very important, and we can do that. Attribution means we are attributing that this work, what we are working upon, because the research is always a relay research. 4 people are running one by one, and one has to attribute the contributions made by earlier researcher or writer. So that is why citation comes, referencing comes, and if we are not doing that, it means we are presenting some other work as our own work. Number 2 is for exclusion from plagiarism, all references, because at the end of a research paper or thesis or chapter, we have to write what references we have cited, and bibliography, list of books or list of articles, table of content, preface, and acknowledgements, and all generic term, laws, standard symbol, and standard equations. Now this generic term is very important actually. Laws and generic terms are very common. So when this similarity or plagiarism detection software work, they works on a simple algorithm of finding and identifying similar occurrences of few or more words. Now here very important note is here given that research work carried out by student, faculty, researcher and staff shall be based on original ideas which shall include abstract, summary, hypothesis, observation, result, conclusion and recommendation only. Now all these things should be the original idea of the researcher or the contributor or the author who is going to publish article or book or going to submit his dissertation or thesis, and shall not have any similarities. It shall exclude a common knowledge. Now, common knowledge is very important. Or coincidental terms up to 14 consecutive words. Now, this is the thing which uh, everybody actually talks about, that 14 consecutive words, and one software is having that feature, another is not having. So every software is coming with their own deep searching mechanism, artificial intelligence, robust software and database design, and searching techniques. Prior to this, I would like to inform you that when this UGC regulation came, IP University, from where our Sangeeta ma'am, ex-dean of University School of Education, our university has passed a regulation on maintenance of academic value. Now, I am here searching ethics and research in GGSIP University, GGSIPU, space site:/.ac.in. This is very important. That is why I am taking few moments in this presentation just to showcase how to identify your exact information. So when you search this, only articles from the academic institutions from India will appear. Okay, and here is the desired result: maintenance of academic values and ethical research standards regulation 2013, which was approved by the Board of Management in 2013. This regulation was passed very in very early stage before this UGC regulation came in picture. So this is how the higher educational institutions are working, and this is the reference how IP University and how UGC are regulating, and our piece of work, which may be research article or which may be MPhil dissertation or PhD thesis, will have to be regulated with all these regulations. Now coming back to my presentation, because I'm working in IP University library, we have a very dynamic web page where we have whatever resources we are subscribing in form of ebooks, print journals, online databases, consortium access, and open access. We are actually maintaining it, updating it. In this, important and latest web pages links are given for the ease of our researchers and students. Here, Urkund plagiarism detection software is mentioned, which was given access in IP University since August 2015 by Information Library Network, InflibNet, provided by MHRD under Shodh Ganga project. Right now it is known as Shodh Shuddhi from 2019. When we click on this software, this is a web page of Urkund, and from here you can know about how Urkund defines plagiarism, which I think you all have gone about how Urkund works. Okay, all these details are there. Whatever I will be deliberating today in this live streaming will be based on Urkund. Then another link is Shodh Ganga. From here, when you information from InflibNet, this is about Shodh Ganga, and FAQs, these are FAQs. So all these links are presented in the library website. Every library is maintaining its dynamic website. We are also maintaining, and we are maintaining because every student should not come and they can get relevant information from the website itself. Okay, so this is about the software. It is based in Pune. eGalactic is the company, and these are few FAQs, how it works and who can get access, 12B universities, what are the file formats, things like that actually, and what is the document limit to be submitted. These frequently asked questions are very well answered here, about 4 lakh characters in one file. Okay, so if there is one file which is having 8 lakh and 1 character, it will be counted as a 3 document. Coordinators and how to submit and all these things. Okay, so in Urkund actually there are two type of accounts: submitter account and receiver account. Submitter means a student can submit or a teacher can submit himself. Okay, so every faculty member of IP University is a registered submitter. It means from their registered email ID they can upload the article or thesis to their receiver email ID. Okay, when we click here, it looks like this. For example, this is my email ID, so I can submit a research paper of my student from my this email ID. I may have few more email IDs, but only this email ID will work for the Urkund similarity check. And from this email ID, which is a registered submitter email ID, I have to send the attachment file of chapter or thesis or article of my student onto this receiver email ID. Once this email is sent, within 5 minutes to half an hour, depending upon the length of paper to be similarity detection or the internet speed, email comes in the receiver account. It looks like this. This is my Urkund one email I have received here, and it says that this has been sent, and this is a descriptive title, title of a document, and it is a unique ID, and this is a similarity score, 13%, found in 121 sources, and other brief findings about this similarity analysis. When we click here, this page is opened, and this is a dashboard. It is a new dashboard actually, which is recently updated. Earlier it was not that. So what I was showing you in this page here, how Urkund works, and then all these details, and how papers are submitted, how relevant sources are retrieved, machine learning powered analysis, report creation and delivery. So they have, in this website, they have one uh, guide which I have downloaded. You just have to enter your name and email ID, and then this Urkund guide will be downloaded. This is a quick start guide in which the complete dashboard and how you can analyze the report is very uh, elaboratively explained. Okay, like this orange or blue bars are overview bars, then quick option signs, then submission details, who has submit, and what is the similarity score here, like that actually. This is an overview bar, how many time similarity has been found. These purple color are warnings, something extraordinary found, extraordinary characters, because nowadays actually what students do, they go to YouTube and Google and try to uh, befool this plagiarism detection tools. So whatever um, extraordinary things are identified, they are reported in form of such warnings. Okay, then matching blocks, findings, how many text, how many times, similarity. These are tips, submission details, quick options. So it is a very detailed start guide, and it is available on website orkun.com. Anybody can go and download that, because I believe in a small session of 1.5 hours covering two plagiarism detection software or similarity analysis software or originality check software will be very difficult, because we are working since last 5-6 years on this, and still we are learner, you know. So then detailed text differences, this is a student assignment, left hand side and right hand side matching text. Then red color means something has been deleted, and yellow color shows that some word has been changed from the original ones. It is a very detailed analysis. Then include exclude finding. Now this is very important for teachers who have Urkund submitter and receiver account. They have this option. Student can just see, but they cannot do anything. But teachers can exclude it. How to exclude? When we Refer to UGC regulation. There are 14 consecutive words, common knowledge, formula, and other things. So this is on the wisdom of your guide, teacher, examiner, what to exclude and what not to. This is very important actually. When you exclude it, this percentage goes down from here is 65% in this report, okay, depending upon the length of the text, matching text. And what is the source information? This is a W means web page, websites. Which website? Wikipedia.com. Fetched on which date? Like that. And then there is a three dots here in matching text portion right hand side. When you click that, alternative websites will also be visible here. Alternative website means one text is available on various websites. When you see view alternatives, you will get an option to choose which alternative sources to include. Okay, and once you want to exempt it, you can click here to exempt the source if it is a common knowledge or if it is properly cited and not excluded by the software. So there is a mechanism to exclude it from the similarity
इस
score,
कंप्यूटर पे कुछ कर नहीं सकता ना मैं
right? When you exclude
मेल इसको
this
बोलेगी
thing, when teacher exclude
मेल
or
दिखने
the
लगेगी उनको लाइन
researcher or guide or teacher,
एक मेल कर दो
there are three buttons. Last button is bin. In this bin, those remove
youtube.com
findings are listed here. In case something was inadvertently removed,
कर दो
press here restore button and this will be restored, enhancing this similarity for a higher number. This is a finding bins. So whatever is excluded is always there in the finding bin. These are the headers, profile menu, source tabs. Now after finding, this is a source tab. How many sources
रुक
are
जाओ
consulted
मैंने चैट में डाल दिया
and similarity has been notified will be listed in the source tab. Now source ligand, J for journal, T for textbook, W for website, SA for school assignment. What is school assignment? Whenever we are submitting an article in Urkund,
मैंने उसकी चैट में
they
डाल
are
दिया
going to school
किसकी
assignment.
गूगल मीट की चैट
Now, one very common question of our
यहाँ से कॉपी करके मेल कर
students and teaching fraternity, they ask that my article was submitted and now it is showing 100% similarity. How it comes 100%? Actually, how Urkund works, it has to be understood. If we are submitting article from one account only, for example, my student has submitted article from my account, and then the same article after revision is submitted to another fellow colleague teacher account from the repository, this school assignment SA. His earlier text will be 100% shown similar because one student is submitting
क्योंकि
one
नेटवर्क इशू
assignment to two different classes or two different teachers. So please
अभी क्या
don't
करना
do
है
this mistake.
जाओ जाओ जाओ
If
विज्ञान
you
पढ़
are
मैगी की
following
हैंडल
one teacher, one account, only follow that. In that case, Urkund will not take text similarity from the earlier versions submitted in the archive.
हाँ नीचे आ गया ठीक है चलिए
Source list, these are the source
ऋचा
lists.
को फोन कर देना
Source legend, location in one document at which places this source has been found cited. Then alternative sources, when you click here, 5 sources plus 5 sources, like that. Exclude source or switch to an alternative. From here you can do that. In case you know that there is a missing source and not listed in Urkund, you can suggest to Urkund. This feature is not available on other platforms. This is a special feature. And after that, third tab is entire document tab. I was informed by Professor Sangeeta ma'am that two documents have been shared with the participants. One Urkund similarity report and another Turnitin originality check report.
Sir, it was only one document which
Yeah.
was given to submitted, checked by Urkund, and the same document by Turnitin. And could you please come a little louder, as loud as I speak?
Okay, ma'am. Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Please. And the same document, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Sure.
And that is why all the questions arise, and you just have about 30 minutes left, including this work, including the questions.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll have to just rush up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what report you have distributed to the participants? It is
Yes.
actually this report. This is
Yes.
entire document. Okay.
Mm.
So when we work on entire document, all these similarity uh,
इंटरनेट की वजह से
ligands are shown here. Okay. And when we click here, those sites are there. And if you want to exclude it, you can exclude. So this is how Urkund works. Okay. Uh, if you want, I can show you one live example. For example, this is a report. These are findings. These are quotes. You have to include quote. You have to include brackets. Now include an analysis. Now you can go one by
इंटरनेट
one.
कई जगह डिस्ट्रीब्यूट
Okay,
होता है
so
कई
if you
सिस्टम्स
go to its source, this article is cited from the
वहाँ
slide
पर रखो तो
share.
मैं वहीं से हैंडल करना
Now, in case this is the same article which has been written by this author and you want to exclude it, you just exclude from here. Okay, exclude here and save and continue. So this similarity from 13 went to 12%, like that actually. And when you go to finding in this bin, these excluded sources are displayed here. Okay, so this is a finding tab, source tab, and entire document. This is entire document whose PDF has been given to you. For example, here implemented by government is only itne hectare out of total approximate itne lakh hectare of net zone area. So here we are seeing that false positive is not displayed here. This is an important feature of Orkun software. False positive means there may be various common terms which may be appearing in this body of text, but those similarities are not displayed over here. This is the feature of Orkun known as they avoid false similarity. Okay. Now coming to Turnitin. Turnitin,
मुझे सही है
when we go to Turnitin, we have also subscribed
हाँ
Turnitin
ठीक है
enterprise
थोड़ा
version.
बोलते ही स्लो है तो
So Turnitin has given
पिच
a
कम है
help
साउंड
center. When we go to help center,
साउंड की पिच कम है
it goes through this support wizard. the support wizard, as per your role as administrator or instructor or student,
नहीं रुकेगा अक्षता ऐसा करो लाइव
various
चल रहा है ना
help
मैंने
sections are
चेक
there.
कर
For
लिया उसने मैं
example, for
लैपटॉप भेजा
instructor,
कोई सवाल नहीं
you
आ
want
रहा
to
ठीक है
manage your
और
class
उधर जाके सब कुछ दिखा
or
दो
want to see similarity report, and under similarity
मैं
report
रखा रहा
how to exclude source or viewing similarity report. So this is a very detailed support guide of Turnitin, from where any student or any teacher can, it is available online actually, it is on public domain. So how to view restoring and excluded sources, and when you say find answer, they will tell you from Turnitin Classic Document Viewer, click and view excluded source, restore only a few, to restore all excluded sources. All these things have been given there. And apart from this, here, Turnitin has given about the plagiarism. You have already gone through plagiarism, but it is a very good guide on plagiarism, plagiarism.org, which has been sponsored by Turnitin. Okay, so Turnitin has given latest resources, various videos are there. You can please go and check, because the time is very short and I cannot touch upon each and everything. Very
हो गया
important
फिर सब
things I will
सही हो
definitely
रहा है जैसा हो रहा
deliberate upon. But how, you know, paraphrase work, how to avoid the self citation and things like that, all these things are answered here. So when we go to a report on Turnitin report, I will I will just like to show you the dashboard of Turnitin. This is my dashboard. Okay, this is university account. I'm administrator, as instructor, as a student. Okay, so this is my class. This is assignment, and this, in this assignment there are 4 submissions. This is a similarity index. This is a file from where original file can be downloaded, and these are the paper ID. In Urkund also there was a paper ID. In Turnitin also there is a paper ID. This paper ID is very important, because from this ID only
अपनी आवाज बढ़ाओ
we can
नहीं
find
बंद
out
कर दो
the paper. So one important suggestion is that whenever you are doing any analysis, either in Urkund
दोबारा
or
से
in
कनेक्ट
this
कर
Turnitin, please don't delete that, because once it is deleted and this ID is
हाँ
not
लीव करके
known,
ज्वाइन कर
if
रीज्वाइन कर दो
your
रीज्वाइन
paper is being published by some publisher and they are also running either Turnitin or Urkund,
अभी
that will be 100% plagiarized. It will be shown as 100% or 90% or 99%, something like that actually. So if you have your paper ID, your reference, you can say it is my paper, it was my earlier version, and then they can take into consideration. So when we click this one report, it looks like this. Okay, in Turnitin, when you click here, its dashboard is totally different from Urkund. This paper is 58% similar. Now here, as per UGC actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, these are the sources, 35 number sources, 12 number sources. These sources are listed here. 57 sources are listed, or they are similar to this report, this paper. So when you click on a particular number, say for example 12, this is coming from dash.harvard.edu. Now you go to number 12, dash.harvard.edu, and click here. This is contributing to 1% in entire similarity. And when you click here, present in very convincible ecological niche which include from. Now if you want to exclude it, so here is the option of exclude source. When you click here, that is excluded. Okay, like that. So why the similarity score of Orkund is much more than why the similarity score of alternative is much more than Orkund is, because Orkund works on the principle of avoiding false plagiarism. Uh, Many has asked that how many uh, consecutive words can Orkund, you know, identify similarity. Consecutive word means when you go for this uh, excluding sources, you can say here 5, because earlier we were doing 5 words, and when we do 5 word apply change, and here after applying change it is going
मैंने उसमें
up to
यूट्यूब में नहीं
61%. Few publishers I have seen that
दूसरा लिंक पहुंच गया लिंक
they ask for 30 words, 30, 30 words, and when you apply those 30 word changes, it comes down to 50%. So you have to be very well aware about the policy of your publisher or your higher educational institution, your university or UGC, that what they are uh, suggesting to include or exclude. Okay, if you don't exclude code, if you don't exclude bibliography, and after applying change, it is still because there is no bibliography and no codes were there. Because sometime in research paper, so many articles are there, codes are there. Okay. In case, now, for example, this number 1, it is the highest time, similar to this paper. When we click here, Springer Plus has been cited at many places. It is not cited, sorry, it is copied or similarity is there. Now, plagiarism and similarity are two different things. So, we have to take care of those common knowledge, common terms. Okay, for example, Bacillus has gained immense importance in past several decades. Now, here we have excluded 30 words, but when we see the report has gained immense importance. Okay, number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so all these things has to be taken care by the examiner or the teacher or the guide, and in such cases we have to exclude that actually. When we click here exclude sources, so for example, if I exclude this Springer Plus and exclude 1, okay, it was a small thing and then it has not make any difference in the similarity index. But there may be many places, for example, when I click here and these are the various, these are 22 occurrences from a Springer Plus website, 22 at 22
मैं लिख देता
positions it has been, for example, 1, 2, 3, like that actually. Now here only this much is similar, here this much is similar, like that. You just click on pushing this button arrow and next, so all those will be there. So you have to identify which source you have to exclude and which not to exclude, like that. And when you click that and exclude that, the report automatically updates. In case something has been inadvertently excluded, so please go to this no parking sign. It is a bin in this, and these are the excluded sources. Right now what I have excluded, just showing all these things. If I want to exclude this or restore all will be restored. So this is how it works actually. I have actually shown two live demonstrations on Urkund as well as Turnitin, and the sources from where it has been uh, referred upon, and plagiarism.org site, Turnitin support guide. Example for a student, if I want to need help on submitting a paper, how a student will submitting my paper, resubmitting my paper, understanding file formats, for example, submitting paper. So click the class name from a student homepage, click submit, enter submission title from your computer or Google Drive, upload and confirm. That's it. Okay, if you resubmit your paper, click class name, resubmit assignment, OK to acknowledge resubmission, choose file name from computer, upload and click confirm, like that. If a student want to know about similarity, viewing my similarity report, so your similarity report will be generated within 10 minutes.
मीटिंग
Any
ऐड नहीं होगी तो
resubmission will
बच्चे चले
generate a new report once every 24 hours. Okay, so please note that a delay in receiving
एक
report will
क्वेश्चन आया
indicate
ये
that
लिखो is there any limit of time
instructor
from the
has
text
opted to provide this only once they have posted feedback, because there are many options. Once we are on our this thing, Turnitin dashboard, when we are working on assignments, in assignment there are edit settings. When we go to this edit setting, assignment title, date, and this optional setting. This optional setting is very important. Allow submission after due date. If it is a class and assignment has to be submitted by a deadline, you have to press no. Otherwise, yes. Similarity
क्वेश्चन लिख
report,
लो उसमें
generate for submission, generate similarity report for submission. Yes, always yes. Generate similarity report for student submission. Yes, immediately can overwrite report
अब
until
क्वेश्चन
due
आने
date.
शुरू हो गए
It means every time you are submitting your report, resubmitting, every time earlier report is overwrite. Earlier report is overwritten. Okay, so no need to worry about the earlier versions. In Urkund, what happens? They say that if a single submitter account is submitting various versions, updated versions of a report, that will not be taken into account for similarity purpose. Here there are three options. Immediately first report is final, immediately can overwrite reports
पानी चेक
on
करो
due date. Okay, so overwrite report is the option we use for, just to avoid problem for our students. Exclude bibliography, because UGC has said that you have to exclude bibliography. We say yes, otherwise for higher similarity you can say no. Okay, after saying yes, the result of similarity index comes down. Similarly, exclude quoted material. Quoted material means in double quote. You are quoting the uh, text as it is, verbatim, word by word, in double quote. Then the
अभी
text
बेटे 1 घंटे बाद करेंगे
is
लंच
in quoted material, and if it is yes, similarity will come down. Otherwise, it will come up if it is no. So we do it as yes. Exclude small sources, one, two, three words, four words, yes. There was one question that All India Institute of Medical
हाँ
Sciences
recording
or
मैंने
CERA,
लिख दिया
SERA, something like that, abbreviations,
वो मैं डील कर रहा हूँ
they are majority of times they are excluded because they are a common knowledge. So these things are being taken care by the plagiarism detection softwares, PDS, be it Urkund, be it Turnitin, be it Authenticate, they take care of this. But here one added advantage of Turnitin is that here you can change your word count in your assignment, paper assignment. Okay, as per the UGC regulation,
राइट नहीं
up
किया
to
नीचे
14
सब गड़बड़
consecutive
हो गया
words.
पूरा सेशन
Okay, so word count is 15 means less than 15. When you see the report, when you see the report at the end of
फोन कहाँ
report,
है तुम्हारा फोन कहाँ है
when we download that, when we download this report, current view, when we download this report, what happens that all these sources and whatever uh, mechanism we has adopted will be mentioned in that report. It is taking some time. I will show you some already uh, submitted report which has been circulated to you. Here, exclude quote is off, bibliography is off, and matches is less than 14 word. Here, yeah, this report is there. Exclude match less than 30 words. So all these things will be mentioned here. These are those numbers which come alongside the similar text. Like number 9 is unique because it is one of the most stable naturally occurring environment. You go to number 9 and 9 number source is frontiersin.org, like that actually. Okay, so this was a live demonstration of two plagiarism detection software, Urkund and Turnitin, and from where I have actually done that. One important thing is that allow a student to see similarity report. Always say yes, because as and when students are submitting and they can view that
अनीता से
report, it
शुरू
is
करो
always better to share the report with the students. And here, submit papers to no repository. By default, we do it no repository. Sometime some teachers say that my version is final and now I want to submit it into the standard paper repository. So once it is submitted in the standard paper repository, next time when you do similarity check on this Turnitin, it will say similar to your earlier version, right? And few search option, student paper repository, yes, you have to check. Current and archived, internet, yes. Periodical journals and publications, these are the learned society periodicals because they have memorandum of understanding, they pay royalty to them and then they share the content of those publishers. Higher the publishers MOU signed, royalty paid, better the database, higher the similarity. Okay. Then it is also having a grammar checking option. Then English grammar, English level, and then spelling, grammar, usage, mechanics, all these checks. And then you can submit and your assignment options will be. So it was like how to do assignment, how to submit by student, how to submit by teacher, how to submit in Orkund, how to submit in Turnitin, and the sources from where you can get more inputs about Turnitin and Orkund. That was my presentation. If there is any question, it is always welcome. Over to ma'am.
Thank you, sir. There are so
Thank
many
you, sir.
questions
There
from
are
the
so many questions
participants.
from the participants.
Sure, ma'am.
I'm taking one by
I'm
one.
taking one by one.
The first
Sure.
question
The
is
first
there
question
any
is
limit
there
for the
any
length
limit
of
for
the
the
text,
length of the
means number
text,
of words,
means number of
that can
words
be put in
that can be
quotes
put in
with due
quotes
citation?
with due citation?
Number of words, no, there is no such limitations. No such, it has to be, because sometimes what people do at the beginning of page, they put quote, a double quote. At the end of paper, they put double quote. In that case, what happens that where the plagiarism report is, I will show you. There is an exclamation sign actually. I have shown you in Urkund report. There is an exclamation sign, and that exclamation sign says that there is something extraordinary going inside the document. What students do is that they for space they replace the space sign with some character, and that character they make it invisible. So it looks like a simple line, but it is a regular word actually with some alphabet or some special character. In that case, actually, it identifies and it says it's actually alert. Orkund also alert and Turnitin also alert. So there is no such limitation
क्वेश्चन
actually.
पूछने के बाद खुद को म्यूट कर लिया। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछो।
Next question.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Next question is
Next question
if
is
a
if
researcher
a
is
researcher is
using Creative
using
Commons
Creative Commons
or
or
open source
open source
and giving
and
proper
giving proper
citation,
citation,
whether it
whether
will be
it will be
plagiarism according
plagiarism
to
according to
software.
software?
If it is not in double quote, it will be shown as similarity. See, it is
क्वेश्चन
not
पूछने के
plagiarism.
बाद खुद को
Just
म्यूट मत करो,
understand
पंखे
this.
का साउंड
It is a
डिस्टर्ब
very
करता है।
good question. Plagiarism is uh, not attributing somebody's work and saying it is my work. That is plagiarism. But all these tools, Turnitin or Urkund, they are basically similarity detection tools actually. Okay. And in this similarity, we have to understand that what is similar, what is common knowledge, what is consecutive, what is total words. Because in Turnitin, it is not consecutive 14 words. You may have noticed that. So all these things we have to take care as a teacher of that student, and we have to exclude those sources very diligently, respecting the regulation of UGC and the university. I think question is answered.
Yes, sir.
Next question
Next
is
question is
many
many
plagiarism check
plagiarism check
software are
software are
available,
available.
free
Some
and
are
open
free and
source, but there are
open
paid
source,
versions
but
too.
there are paid versions
In
too.
your experience, which is
In
the
your
best
experience,
and
which is the
reliable
best and reliable
plagiarism software?
plagiarism software?
A good question because what happens that whatever open source or free uh, plagiarism detection softwares are available, they basically work upon the student repository. Because it is free, many students who don't have access to Urkund and Turnitin, like our student in IP University, because we are privileged to have access for for Urkund from UGC Infonet, Inflibnet, MHRD, and Turnitin. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor was quite gracious to have uh, given us permission and sanction to subscribe its enterprise version. Earlier we were having only maybe 10 user license and 100 student, and now we have thousands of student, and all regular teachers are having access to Turnitin instructor account. When people are not having access, they tend to go to such free sites, and what these free sites does, they just check it from the earlier student submission, not from the periodical, journal, and other sites, because actual similarity comes from the uh, journal site. I will show you again. Please see here, periodical, journal, and publication. This is very important. Internet they can do, student repository they can develop slowly and slowly. Okay, over the year they may have a good repository, but they may not have, you know, memorandum of understanding signed with the
Question D करो
publishers of these learned periodicals. For example, Elsevier, about 3,600 journals. Taylor and Francis, 3,000 journals. Springer, 1,800 journals. Okay, and those journals with their back files, volume 1, issue 1. Some periodicals are dating back to 3,050 years ago. The earliest periodical is Philosophical Transaction of Royal Society. So all those deep databases are not available to the freely available plagiarism detection tools. Please mind it.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can we get the trial version of this software? Because I think at least if we put one or two documents inside and try to work through it, we will get a better understanding of the whole software.
You can you can ask for it's a demo. I have shown you the website.
Yes, sir.
On website, you can book a demo and then you can work on that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
pleasure, ma'am.
So next
So next question is, as you have shown in UGC regulations, that objectives and hypotheses should be based on original ideas or it should be of author. But hypotheses have a particular format of writing in every research. Even if we have different idea while writing the objective or hypothesis, it has to be written in that format, and then it gets included under plagiarism. How can one avoid this?
That is why actually it is the responsibility of guide, you know. This is a very good question, and these are the real life scenario. We have to take care of all these things. Everything cannot be, you know, given to check by the software. Software will do its own, you know, checking using their algorithms. But as a mentor, as a guide, we have to use our own wisdom. Okay.
Next,
how
how much
much
percentage of plagiarism is allowed in research article to be submitted? And other question is included in this, which is the top rated anti-plagiarism tool?
First part is, which is the
the first part
So
is
first part is
how much
how much percentage of plagiarism is allowed in research article
to be
research
to be
article.
submitted?
Yes,
Yes.
in research article, basically depends upon the publisher. Uh, have you gone through any publisher where the guidelines for authors are given? Have you gone through any? No?
We haven't gone through any, I think.
I can show you. I can show you.
We've not shown, but so far as the UGC document is 10% or something.
I can show you, ma'am. Actually, it depends publisher to publisher, and within publisher, there are, for example, 3,000 700 journals. Every journal has its own, guidelines. So we have to go through a particular, for example, I am uh, addiction research, for example. This is a paper, publishes open access. Okay. Now, in this paper, in this journal, when you click on this journal information is there. Okay. And editorial policy. This is a journal information, means 6 issues per year, print ISSN, online ISSN. Okay. And on which topic it works, its publication history 2001 till date, 1993 say 2000 it was known as addiction research, and now it is addiction research and theory. Now, instruction for authors. This is the area which I was quoting to you. Okay. And here are all those detailed guidelines. I have to accept this cookie. About journal, open access, peer review, preparing your paper, structure, word limit, style guideline, formatting, references, editing, blah, blah, blah. All these details are here actually. Okay. Just click on structure. Paper should be compiled in following order: title, page, abstract, main text, like this. Word limit. Please include a word count for your paper. Should be 5,000 words, inclusive of this. All these things are written here actually. Okay. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question was, what is the best software?
Yes, top
Hmm?
top rated
Top rated software.
Top rated software.
Yes, sir.
See, top rated software. Top rated software. See, government is giving Urkund because of its various features, and we are purchasing, we are subscribing Turnitin because of its many other advantages. So you have to rely on these two things, I can say.
I think it's a very difficult question and you shouldn't give any answer to it because both have their own features and we are neither from Turnitin nor from Urkund. So I think your answer is absolutely correct that you shouldn't give any answer. There is nothing known as top rated or something. Both have their advantages and both have their disadvantages.
Yes,
Yes, right?
yeah, ma'am. Yeah, sure, ma'am.
So I think so. I think so. One cannot say this is top rated and this is not. You've already told about Urkund, you've talked about Turnitin, so I think both let them see, but definitely they shouldn't go in for free software.
Bilkul, ma'am.
Next question, Rashmi.
Yes, ma'am. Next is how many open access plagiarism software are reliable?
How many?
आंसर
I
हो
am not
गया
counted actually. I don't have any idea. Sorry.
Okay, sir. When upload paper on Urkund, how to avoid for going in repository store?
Urkund will definitely store in repository, but you have to stick to only one submitter account. One is my account, one is Sangeeta ji's account, one is another teacher account. If one student is giving his paper 3 versions, version 1 to me, version 2 to madam, and version 3 to some other sir, there will be 100% similarity for version 2 and 3. So please take care of all these things.
Yes,
Is
this
there
way a teacher can always check whether the same assignment is not been given by 2 or 3 students. That is the way this can be interpreted also,
That
no?
is
You can
also,
come.
that is also a form of plagiarism when
Yes,
Any student work on a single assignment and then they submit to their teacher saying
Ah,
that it has been done by me, and everybody say yes. So
yes,
that is also one platform. So
true.
Sir,
basic
is
thing is a basic thing is that one should be aware about what is plagiarism and how to avoid it. If it is not known, then if you are committing something, onus is on you. Okay. So this workshop, this MOOC course is very, very important, and I just congratulate to Sangeeta ma'am, Rashmi ma'am, and to our university and the platform and the organizers, because just creating awareness and to inform about its repercussions, its techniques, its advantages, its features of softwares. This will help us in curbing the plagiarism and maintaining academic integrity
Nageshwar Rao,
and
brief a
research
question.
and ethics. Yeah.
Rashmi, any more questions?
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
is there
Sir,
any
is
Ah,
there
please.
any
software to check
software to check
Hindi text?
Hindi text?
Hindi text, yes, yes. Urkund
Yes.
has this feature.
Okay.
Yes, Urkund has this feature, and they are doing it for many
Indian language.
Indian languages, including
Very
Sanskrit.
nice.
Yes, but this has to be in Unicode compliant font. So uh, I will suggest, if somebody is writing in Hindi, for example, because we are in Hindi belt in uh, Delhi. If somebody is in Gujarat, so in Gujarati font, those fonts should be Unicode compliant font. For example, in Hindi, it is a Mangal Unicode font. So what I will suggest you is that please convert your paper into Mangal Unicode font and then submit it, and then it will show you similarity. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Uh,
One more
one
question.
more
Only
question.
Urkund, na? Only Urkund, not Turnitin, na?
Alternative is not
No,
having
it's,
that feature,
huh,
ma'am.
huh,
There are
it's only
many,
Urkund,
many
yeah.
advantages. There are many advantages. Actually, I would like to inform you
Hmm.
that when this test was going on, so many sources has been consulted, and many tools has been analyzed, and seeing upon the pricing and features and functionality
Rafi
and
has asked a question,
diversity
how
of
to
our
delete data
nation and
taken place
language
by
and other
the
things,
person. That's the last question.
Urkund has been finalized by
Yeah,
the
Anita
Ministry
made a
of
question.
HRD,
Is there any publisher does not consider?
because it has been done by government by a very learned committee. So that is why all of the university, including all CFTIs and all universities in India, are being provided with Urkund this thing. But because many publisher ask for plaque check report from Turnitin, so we are actually subscribing Turnitin, and many other universities are also subscribing Turnitin. I think the earlier question is answered right now.
Ask another question.
Okay.
Hmm. Yes. Rashmi,
Yes,
last
ma'am.
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
Sir, what
Sir,
is the
what is the
basic difference
basic
between
difference between
plagiarism and
plagiarism
similarity
and
index?
similarity index?
Hmm. It comes back to the same. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Plagiarism is that if I am stealing somebody's ideas, thoughts, their words, and not attributing that in my paper, in my presentation, in my dissertation, this is plagiarism. And similarity is just
सबको बोलना पड़ेगा presentation start
uh,
होने से
matching of text, 5 text, 10 text,
presentation
uh,
start
5 words count, 10 word count. False positivity is avoided by Orkund. So smaller text are not included. That is why a lower similarity is there. But in many cases, in many streams, I would rather say, when the comparison has been done between Turnitin and Urkund, the similarity index of Urkund was higher than that of Turnitin. It is on record actually. So it depends upon the subject matter specialization, because Turnitin is being used by many scientific organizations, technological organizations, and that is why it is very, very developed and very good tool for science and technology. But for humanities and social sciences and linguistics, actually, Urkund is better actually. I can say this on this platform. Yeah, yeah.
So that means the similarity check for the plagiarism, I think in the report you said it should be less than 10%, or am I wrong?
You are right, ma'am. It should
Sir,
be
for
10.
moment,
It should be
stop
less than
presenting
10%
picture.
for safer side. But
The
many
madam, I
times I
listen.
have seen that research guide says, no, I know that this is not plagiarism and this is my student's work, and I am certifying it. That's it.
Oh, that is
Yeah. So it depends actually. So we should not be so much fearful about all these similarities and plagiarism and all these detection tools, because I showed you that in UGC regulation, only these topics: abstract, summary, hypothesis, observation, result, conclusion, and recommendation. That's it. This is basically about 20% or 15% or 10% of the thesis, if I'm not wrong. Rest of the thing is, review of literature, okay, methodology, materials and methods, those things actually, introduction, uh, uh, analysis. So all those things must have and may have that common knowledge. Common knowledge. Is it visible to all of you, ma'am?
yes, it is visible. And I would like probably Kaveri Saha ma'am and Nita Rastogi ma'am to just comment on the percentage as per their university, because she'll be speaking about Jamia Millia and Kaveri Saha Guwahati University and all that. If
Yeah, yeah.
if they would like to just say.
Please, please.
Hello,
Yeah.
Uh,
Sangeeta ma'am.
uh,
Yeah, I'm
yes, yes.
Dr. Kaveri Saha.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
our
ma'am.
in
What about? Uh,
yeah, in our university, actually, sometimes they allow the students who have 10%, or sometimes it is 12 also. So I'm
12
not
also.
sure about the UGC regulation. What is the
Uh,
exact percentage on
yeah.
the basis of which we can
No, but
allow our students?
whatever our expert is telling us, I always
Uh,
tell my students it should be less than 10%.
yeah,
What do you
yeah,
think,
it is good only.
Anita Rastogi,
Yeah.
ma'am? Would you like to comment also?
Yeah, hello, Dr. Anand, Sangeeta, and Rashmi.
Hello.
Actually, we at Jamia Millia Islamia, we strictly adhere to UGC guidelines.
Yeah, so
So the
that is,
same has been included in the ordinance also,
yes,
and
yes.
we follow it very strictly. That is up to 10%. That is the first category. We adhere to
So,
that. It should be
so
less than 10%.
but the regulations, as the expert showed us, it says 10% for summary, abstract, etc., etc.
Yes,
No,
yes.
So
no,
that
for
is why
everything. Means
it's showing
excluding that
17.
the codes and other thing, preface, acknowledgement, bibliography, the running text right from the introduction to the summary.
Yeah, yeah.
So we do it all
So,
together at once, and then if it is less than 10%, that thesis is accepted by the controller of examinations. That is there.
Yeah, in our university, 10 to 12% maximum.
yes, yes.
Hmm.
Then, Rashmi, any other question?
No, no, ma'am. I
Hello,
think
No, ma'am.
all.
I
Rashmi.
think all.
No, ma'am. I think
No,
all
ma'am.
the
I think
questions
all
are
the
safe.
questions has taken.
And we're really running out
So,
of time, so we can.
Sangeeta ji, I had written one question. Suppose there is one publisher, and that publisher doesn't give cognizance to, they do not consider like say 20 words for generating, similarity report, or they do not consider it as plagiarism. So in general, will it be considered as plagiarism? In general, may not be considered by the publisher as plagiarism.
Very
And
true,
then,
ma'am. Very, very,
Last
very
question.
important point. Just I am thankful to you, ma'am, for highlighting this feature, because many publishers' norms are not that much strict as our universities and UGCs are. Yes, very true. Thanks for adding this.
thank you, Dr. Anand.
My pleasure.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Go to
ma'am.
Sam.
Okay.
thank you so much,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
It is
It
indeed
is
our
indeed
privilege
our
to have
privilege to
Dr.
have
A.P.
Dr.
Singh sir
A.P.
with
Singh
us
sir with
as
us
guest
as guest
speaker on this
speaker on this
platform.
platform.
His
His
insightful lecture
insightful
on
lecture on
plagiarism detection
plagiarism detection
software
software
was full of
was
wisdom
full of
and
wisdom and
information.
information.
The way sir
The
has
way sir has
explained the
explained the
concept was
concept was
exemplary.
exemplary.
Sir has
Sir
shared
has
the tips
shared the
to
tips
use
to
plagiarism
use
detection
plagiarism detection
software
software
effectively
effectively
in academic
in
writings.
academic writings.
We are
We
sure
are sure
that you have
that
been
you have been
benefited
benefited
and that you
and
will
that
be
you
able
will
to
be able to very
be
to
able to
be
very
able to very
confidently use
confidently
this
use
awareness
this awareness
academically.
academically.
Once again,
Once
I thank
again,
you,
I
sir,
thank you, sir,
on behalf of
on
all the
behalf of all the
participants.
participants.
And we thank the participants, sir, and the participants, all the professors, all the students, everybody. Thank you very much. I'm sure you all enjoyed also.
Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
I'm enjoying the course.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're so happy no bandwidth problem also.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for a great session.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you. It's
Thank you,
nice
ma'am.
to see you.
Very interesting session.
Yeah, thank you.
We end, ma'am?
Should we end, ma'am?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, yes, we can all leave now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
जब तक वो लीव नहीं करेंगे तब तक मीटिंग कट नहीं होगी, कोई और उसका वो हो जाएगा मॉडरेट, मुझे वेट करना पड़ेगा सबको मीटिंग छोड़
We
के।
are
We
requesting
are
to all the
requesting to all the
participants to leave the
participants to
meeting.
leave the meeting.
Yes, Rashmi, they're all gradually leaving.
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody wants to leave. They want to see and hear. Veer Sapra. Why do I see some of the people joining now?